Okay, we're live here at the Margaritaville Underground Invitational. Peter Jensen here alongside my sidekick, Johnny Pickleball himself. Johnny, this is about to get crazy.
Absolutely, man. Johnny Pickleball here, guys. Fort Myers, Florida. Flew in last night for this particular Underground Invitational, man. Actually, we're not going to tell you where it's at because it's an undisclosed location.
That's why they call it the Underground, Johnny.
Underground, baby.
Well, Johnny,
that's it.
Johnny, you've been traveling around the world. We're going to talk about that throughout the show, but I tell you what, we're excited because this is the first time. I just talked to the referees who we have from, we've got
Don Stanley
and Peter Chaplin.
Yeah,
right?
Peter Clapham.
Peter Clapham from
Australia.
Yeah, we got Don coming in from Nashville, but he just informed me this is the first time that all the number ones have been in one place since Mesa.
Yep, that's it. So these guys have not seen each other since February. That's correct. And so our first match is going to be Ryan Sherry and Ben Johns going against Matt Wright and Dekel Bar. Now, Matt, I'll tell you right now, looks like he's been working out a little bit. So, like I said in the pregame stuff, you're going to find out today who's been on the couch, who's been working out, who's been getting their game up. I mean, let's find out. But I'm telling you right now, Matt looks pretty good.
Well, no one knows better than you than these players than you, Johnny. You get to see them all over the place. Your show travels with Johnny Pickleball Show, Johnny Pickleball NoH.com show. But John, I tell you, you bring up a good point. And so you have Ben Johns, who his brother Collin. Obviously they get to train together.
They do. I just came back from Baltimore where I got to hit with Collin for a little bit. And
I share that point with you because there's not many people like maybe Matt Wright can't find a Ben Johns to spar with, train with, think with it. So you know what I mean? So
Matt Wright has Lucy Kovalova. He's got Jay DeVilliers. He's got Pat Smith.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. We're going to find out real quick who's been naughty and who's been nice, as they say. So excited to have the lineup starting here. Like you said, we're leading off with a great match. And here at the Underground, this facility is amazing. It reminds me of Center Court, Arthur Ashe Stadium, the U.S. Open.
Yeah, man, this place is absolutely phenomenal. We have Collin Johns going to warm up a little bit probably with Matt Wright, even though he's going to be playing later, but he just showed up. He probably slept in a little bit. That's okay. You got Dekel Bar, who's been playing nonstop lately, training a lot down here in Florida. And, I'll be interested to see what he does and what he's bringing to the table. We just got to see him over at Clear One playing in the tournament with Adam Stone. So shout out to Adam Stone, of course. But, Dekel Bar, man, Dekel Bar has been playing. He's been practicing. He's been really dedicating a lot of time. He was a pro tennis player.
Yeah, pro tennis player out of Israel.
Absolutely.
Top 500 in tennis. But, I've seen him play firsthand at the Pickleball Mania that we did down in Bonita. Right before it. But he's got a big serve and a big forehand.
Yeah, he does. He's and big feet. He's got huge feet too, man. So let's see those New Balances out there like size 15, man. Yeah,
well, listen, Johnny, I want to give a shout out to Margaritaville, our title sponsor, and also Latitude Mar. Jimmy Buffett in the house, obviously, with Margaritaville. MOR Sports, Ackertech, Dura, Paddletech's in the house as well as Selkirk. That's a battle right there. Mac Mancini Realty, Lilly and Company, Allier Homes, Jigsaw, Identity USA, obviously, ProGraphx, A Sports, and Legacy Pro Sports. We'll be talking about these sponsors throughout this, but Johnny, I tell you, I feel like this is like these guys are like caged animals. They've been inside and they haven't been able to practice their craft. All the tournaments have been canceled, and here comes Margaritaville and the Underground Invitational. Bring it live once again on ESPN3.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, these guys are going to be proving a point today, I think. So a lot of people think that this is just going to be some friendly exhibitions. Everyone's getting together, nice friendly day, have some fun, put on a show. Absolutely not. They may put on a show, but they're coming right after one another. After speaking to many offline, I'd say, they're coming after each other.
Well, I tell you what, Ryan Sherry here, who's a local Fort Myers boy, as well as Kyle Yates being here, they train everyday singles over at the Fort Myers Racket Club at the Billy McGee Wild World of Pickleball. And, I've sat in on a couple of their training sessions, and there is nothing nice about that. First of all, 95-degree heat with 109 heat index.
That's it.
But I see what you're saying. All of a sudden, Kyle might rip a shot, or Ryan might rip a shot to Kyle, and vice versa. But all of a sudden, that switch flips, and it's game on.
Yeah, so that typically happens in a pro match. You might have a little bit of feeling out in the beginning, but someone's going to pull the trigger, and then it's going to start. And it's just like someone started a fight.
I saw it yesterday in the Pro-Am.
All right.
And I got to see you and Kyle play the Waters family last week in an epic battle.
Yeah, Lee and Anna Lee have really, I'll tell you what, man, Anna Lee, I think is about to shock some people with the work she's been putting in.
Well, let me tell you, she's quite an athlete. Ironically, her number one sport's soccer, but she is a phenomenal phenomenal player. She attacked Kyle. I don't even think she went at you once. She just attacked Kyle the whole time.
She did. Yep.
It was nasty.
She went right after him, and the #1 player in the world gracing us with his presence here, I should say, on the underground court, Mr. Ben Johns.
Yeah, well, like
Benjamin Franklin, as I like to call him.
Benjamin Franklin.
That's it.
I've nicknamed Kyle the Maestro.
The Maestro. I saw that.
Yeah, he's like the Maestro, which leads a symphony, because when he's playing, and he's just such a strategic player.
Yeah, we have a really wide range of diverse personalities, and that's what's really great about pickleball, guys. As you know, everybody has a little different style. We all like snowflakes. We mean the same. We just look a little different. Amen. You know, so it is what it is. We're going to get to see everyone's style of play and who's bringing what to the table. There's Ben. Tyson's here today.
Yeah, Tyson.
We haven't really talked about Tyson too much yet. Tyson's obviously, he's as you ever look at his Instagram, you'll know that he has probably dropped 15 pounds. You know, he shows his scale every time he gets. So
yeah, I got to play against Tyson in the Pro-Am. Great enthusiasm, great energy for the
absolutely.
Game. You know, that's what I love about Kyle and Ben. I spent some time with. I spent a lot of time with Kyle, obviously, but just both of them true ambassadors for the game.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, and some of the things we haven't talked about. We talked about the Waters, but we're forgetting one major piece right now, and that is the GOAT of women's pickleball, greatest of all time, Simone Jardim.
Well, it's not that we're not talking about her. She deserves a segment in herself.
That's very true.
Like you said, when you mention the word GOAT, you think of Jordan, you think of Brady, and then you mention GOAT with Simone definitely representing the women's portion of pickleball. It is a phenomenon.
Yeah, no, she is head and shoulders above. I mean, and she looks great. You want to talk about somebody who's been putting in the work and getting in shape? Simone.
I saw her on a YouTube during the COVID when we were on lockdown against the wall by her pool, and it was like about hitting the pickleball.
Yeah, she's going after it. You know, and then we have Lucy Kovalova.
I don't know much about Lucy.
Oh, yeah. Lucy Kovalova. I'll tell you what. She is fierce on the court. And I promise you, someone's going to set her off today. And she's a light. I mean, she is absolute fire.
Give me an example of that.
So as soon as something happens, right? So I had the privilege of warming up Matt and Lucy before their match against the Newmans at Nationals. That was back in November, obviously. And I've gotten to spend a little bit of time with Lucy, warming her up here and there, hitting with her a little bit. And very strategic, power player, very passionate, very energetic. But very, very patient and strategic until she finds her opening. Now, she's playing with Simone. You know what I mean? That's her women's doubles partner now. And I don't know how long they're going to stay together. Maybe a long time. You never know, right? That's the fun. But Lucy brings a lot to the table.
Yeah, like you said, you have a lot of diversification when it comes to the personalities. I tell you, you just can't prejudge someone because, you know, you might see one of these athletes on the street, and you never know that they're, you know.
That's right.
Yeah. Like I talked to Ben Johns a couple months ago, and he's obviously still attending school at University of Maryland. I said, Ben, does anyone know who you are when you walk around campus? Like, you're #1 player in the world pickleball? And he's like, no.
Has no idea.
And he kind of likes it that way.
Yeah, and people forget that Ben is a student. You know, he's balancing his time now. Obviously, right now, you know, he's able to travel. It's summer. You know, he's doing his thing. And traveling all over the place just about as much as I am.
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone's traveling as much as you are.
I'm moving and grooving, that's for sure, man. A lot of things going down, but, you know, I'm glad I could be here at the Underground.
Well, let's talk about your show for a minute because it does transcend the sport. It's everywhere. I don't think anyone has more tentacles, more exposure to the sport than you do with JohnnyPickleball.com. So tell us about what's your schedule looking like.
I will, but we're going to go to break real quick. When we get back, we can absolutely talk about that. I would love to talk about that, actually. I think that's going to be a really good time and a lot of information coming your way. But I'll tell you what, Peter, here at the Underground, Fort Myers, Florida, we will be right back.
Can you see that picture?
And we're back. Peter, what's happening?
Well, Johnny, I tell you what, the Margarita Underground Invitational here in Fort Myers, Florida is what is happening, and it's just about to get crazy. We got Ryan Sherry and Ben Johns, and then we got Dekel Bar and Matt Wright about to tee it up and get after it. There's Matt Wright with a left-handed field goal kick.
That's right, man. So they're going to get nice and warmed up here. They got about 1 minute left, says our referee, Don Stanley, representing the PPA here.
All the way from Nashville. We also brought in Peter from the UK. But I want to talk to you about what we, right before we went to commercial, we talked about the JohnnyPickleball.com show. And well, Johnny, I got to tell you, first of all, I want to say congratulations, because I don't think there's a better representation of the sport from its, infancy to where it is today that you haven't covered. I think you probably got your finger on the pulse more than anybody in the space because of your hands-on approach. Not only you 19 in the world as the player, but your show just absolutely, it invites people. It invites people into the sport. And, along with Rick Beating, your lead sponsor, I think your whole vibe that you have, people love it because you're real and you make us understand a sport that maybe even from the scoring is a little bit crazy, but from the overall coverage, I think you do a wonderful job.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I really appreciate that. The show is traveling, obviously, all over the place right now, little by little, still, and having a really good time with it, trying to highlight a lot of different players around the country and some of the players that are even here today. Yeah. So these guys are going to be doing some introductions here and just kind of like their pictures and stuff like that as they get going.
What they call the calm before the storm.
That's it. And, we're going to have Ben, obviously, we talked about, #1 player in the world. I mean,
the Finns from Margaritaville, Jimmy Buffett.
That's it, yep. You're going to have Ryan Sherry playing with Ben Johns. What do you see in the first matchup here? We got Ben and Ryan.
Well, we know
Matt and Dekel.
I'll tell you what, we got three. I don't know if Matt Wright's a tennis player by trade.
He is.
Then we have 4 ex-tennis players. Obviously, Ryan at the University of Florida, Dekel from out of Israel, playing on the ATP at one time top 500.
That's it. And then you got Matt Wright, who was Michigan Wolverines.
We got the Wolverines, and you got the Spartans in the house too on the other side with.
That's right.
Yeah, we got a big match. Maybe some alumni breakouts here.
That's it.
But with Ryan's obviously new to the scene. He's coming up through the ranks, but top tennis player, and distinctive advantage in singles for Ryan because he plays with Kyle every day. They train hard at the Fort Myers Rag Club, Billy McGee's Wild Wolf Pickleball. And we are underway.
We are.
Don Stanley.
Here, just going to get right and start playing. It's on the serving team from Israel. We have Dekel Bar.
Dekel.
From Kansas, we have Matt Wright. On the receiving team, Ryan Sherry from Florida. Collin Johns from somewhere up in America.
Don Stanley, always a character.
This is 2 out of 3. First 2 games are 2-11, just like normal. If we go to the third game, we're going to 5, win by 1. We got to stay on time, folks. With that said, ready? Here we go. Game 1, time in.
All right, game 1, time in. Dekel to serve.
Here we go.
Okay. And a little chunk there by Ryan Sherry, getting his feet wet, nice and early.
Well, I got to tell you, these guys have to be nervous first time out of the chute. We haven't played in a really sanctioned, organized tournament since Mesa. So you're going to see some butterflies.
Oh, yeah, got to get the nerves out. It's been a little bit since we competed. Nice little Ernie there from the #1 player.
Okay, Matt Wright answering.
.202, Dekel to serve. Some of the early points here will be just where they feel him out a little bit and see what Ryan brings to the table.
A wraparound defended by Johns. Oh, still stay up on your feet, Ryan.
And that's going to be another point. Dekel with a big forehand there to finish it off.
Well, at this level, you see someone hit a wraparound in reg play. It's point over here. It's defended back in play. It's crazy.
Yep, this level you can defend the around the post, no problem. 3-0-2. And
patience.
that's it. So they're kind of moving around. Ben's probably going to try to isolate Dekel's backhand dink a little bit, try to see if he can pop that up. But Matt's there in the middle, you know.
4-0-2.
4-0-2. Dekel to continue serving.
Look at that. Okay.
Point.
A little high on the block by Ben, and they're really starting to attack them now, really hit low with the feet. That's one thing that you're always going to see
5-0-2.
from somebody, man. They want to put that ball low at the feet to make sure that they can't get it back up.
Yeah, it's a strategy for sure.
Little backhand flip there by Ben, and we're going to finally get that side out we've been looking for.
A little breath of, I should say, a relief right there. Get that blood, stop the bleeding, as it
Second serve.
Oh, Ryan got a little excited.
What was that?
Oh, yeah, so on that one, you cannot start your service motion until Don, our referee, has called the score. And he started a little bit early, so there's those butterflies we were mentioning.
Yeah, you got it. That's right.
Ben put that ball up just a little bit high, and now we're going to have to go side out. So Dekel attacked with the backhand, bring it back.
5-0-1.
5-0-1. Don Stanley calling a foot fault on
Wow.
Mr. Ben Johns there, just that little toe that he just mentioned. So
So again, you might be rusty not only because you from playing in rec play, no referees and they're not calling the score out, so you would forget about that. See a lot of cobwebs could be addressed here. Well,
good hands there.
nice hands, everybody. Good point.
Dekel trying to reset that ball to try to neutralize and get everything back to par there, but just comes up a little short. It happens in the first game, no worries. 6-0-2.
Yeah, that's fine. We're in a little dink contest, and this is what it's all about right here, folks.
Throws up the lob, little tweener there by Ben, and a missed
Great
volley.
hustle by
Good
Ben
hustle.
Johns. Never give up on a point. Never give up on a point. Great job by Ben. That was a little short on his backhand like volley there.
0-6-1.
All right, side out, 0-6-1. Let's see if these guys can make a move here, see if Sherry can...
Put some points on the board.
That's it, man. Ben in the transition area, trying to make his way forward. A little early, pulling the trigger a little soon on that. I heard in North Carolina when I was there that would be called too low, bro.
Too low, bro. That's too low, bro shot.
That's it.
Well, you know what they say, respect the net. Get it over. Ryan going for the juggler on the line there.
Well, Ryan took a step back there, thought he'd try to put some pressure on Matt, but, you know, again, there's that too low.
Yeah.
6-0-1, Dekel to serve. Let's see if they can keep it rolling here. Just keep everything neutral for a little while.
Out wide.
Second serve.
Matt seeing if Ryan's going to bite on that ball, so just kind of testing it out a little bit.
Good eyes by Sherry.
6-0-2.
All right, 6-0-2, here we go.
There's a drive by Matt. And there.
Yep. Well, that was a good setup by Ben on that one. So what happened is he's going to try to attack on the first ball to try to set up the next one. So to try to have Dekel hit that ball up high on the block so that he can go ahead and finish it off. So that's the 1-2 punch almost on that one.
1-2 punch, but a lot of people just don't understand. We'll talk about after this point. Get in. A little long by Sherry.
Yep, they're calling that serve out.
Yep, absolutely. We saw it right here.
0-6-2.
There's the flip up from Sherry initiating. Matt and Dekel ready on that, though, as these guys obviously have shown that they have not lost a step at all during this break.
Hands are looking pretty quick there, Johnny Pickleball.
6-0-1. There's a nice pickup from behind him with Dekel there. It's a great pickup.
The hands on these guys, it's just amazing. A little wrap around.
ATP.
There it is.
Matt Wright. Nice little stretch out wide there to go around the post.
You know, Johnny, not a lot of people realize there's finesse, there's power, there's strategy, there's patience, there's everything in the game of pickleball.
And there's another foot fault. We're making Don Stanley work early. That's for sure.
Don might need a TV timeout.
8-0-1. Let's pick up. That's too tough. Dekel got caught in the transition area a little bit, which is fine for the most part, but didn't get his feet set in time.
8-0-2.
And that's what we like to call a nice little shake and bake there from Matt and Dekel. That's it. Let it fly, and then Dekel take over when he comes in and puts it away.
So let's talk about the shake and bake. Is it just it's a power drive
and a follow-up shot to put it away.
Got it.
And Ben coming up a little short there on the dink. That's okay, though. But they need to hold here.
Yeah, they need to get something going.
10-0-2.
Looking at a pickle situation.
A nice little reset there by Matt. Very patient. Going right at Ryan.
And there it is.
And finishing it off here.
Is that a pickle?
Matt and Dekel.
That would be called a pickle.
Coming out very strong. 11-0 to take the win on that first game.
A pickle. That is a pickle, my man. That was a Johnny Pickle right there.
And they came out very strong.
Well, I think you had some unforced errors, you had some foot fouls, you had some...
Yeah, that one went pretty quickly. They took care of business. You can tell Matt, what are you going up to, Collin?
Let's go, Shannon, let's go. Come on. There we go. All right, Johnny, we're back. Second game. Here we go.
All right, so we're going right into the second game. Obviously, Matt and Dekel came out really strong.
Take your time. Take your time.
11-0 on the first game. Game 2. Time in, man. Here we go.
Ryan, Sherry, Ben Johns on the board.
1-0-2. They have the lead.
Oh, Ryan, there we go.
Good two-handed backhand down the middle, splitting the difference. Thread the needle there.
All right. Ryan does have a nasty two-handed backhand.
As we just found out.
Yep, we saw it.
We have 2-0-2 now. Let's see if they can keep it rolling.
There you go.
There it is.
Got over it. Look at that. Explain that shot there. A lot of people don't know what that is.
Yep, so that would be the Ben Johns Ernie. That's what he likes to do, man. He's very good at it. Could be the forehand side, backhand side. Makes no difference. And that one's going to be a little wide by Sherry. Side out going to Dekel.
0-3-1.
And a little wide there, I believe.
I don't know. What's the call?
Yep, that's going to be a little wide, and now we're going to have Dekel switching. We're going to go 1-3-1.
1-3-1.
Johnny Pickleball on the score.
That's it.
Oh, Dekel trying that big, old school Mark Phillip forehand that just caught the net.
1-3-2.
Yeah, Dekel has a mean drive, though, so when he catches the timing, you know, this is obviously a new court for everybody. It's still a hard court, obviously. Beautiful court by Moore Sports Group.
Oh, yeah, Moore Sports Group did a great job. This literally looks like, you know, U.S. Open, center court.
And Matt showing no mercy. He's going to go right after Sherry here.
As he should. Sherry's new on the block.
A little short by Dekel. We're going to get a nice side out here to Ben Johns. See if they can keep it going. 3-2-1 coming up.
3-2-1.
3-2-1. We got a game here in a second. Oh, Ben just misjudged that one a little bit.
Sometimes when you win a first game, kind of how they did, you know, you can almost get complacent when it gets to the second game. So to make sure you keep your foot on the pedal, these guys are all professionals, obviously, so they should be able to come right back at them here, in which they are now. There you go. Dekel right off the bat. On point, just on cue there.
Well, Johnny, I thought you were good, but you're real good. You know exactly what you're talking about. There you go. Mistake by D-Bar.
Yeah. See what he can do, what he can't do, versus Ryan Cherry right off the bat. Here we go. Little lob serve there by Matt.
Okay, test some P-bit on it.
Yeah, it's going to be a little behind Sherry, late to react on the backhand side. So we're going to go 3-3-2 here. Matt to serve. And I'm going to look to see if Ben can try to get involved a little bit more. Tough, hanging in there.
You know, it's funny, you got these guys playing pickleball, and they're all tennis players, and some of these guys, on the tennis courts, a completely different experience than here. Ben putting a little drive on it. Nice hands. He got it.
Yeah, he clipped the line on that one, so he tried that down the middle backhand drive. That set actually his next shot up very well. So
yeah.
4-3-1.
Looks like they're starting to settle down.
4-3-1. And there's Ben with a nice third shot drive, fifth shot drop.
Boom. Nice there,
and nice setup.
All right.
And that's actually a great setup by Ben Johns to go right back at Dekel to set up Ryan.
And you're as a pickleball player, you're constantly working on it to set your partner up.
Oh, yeah, you're constructing the points.
Constructing, that's a great word.
And now these guys are rolling a little bit.
They got a little momentum going, don't they?
6-3-1.
Not going.
But you can kind of tell Ryan's starting to settle in a little bit. You got Ben, who's going to probably start to insert himself into the game a little bit more, if he can.
Yeah.
And then obviously Matt and Dekel are trying to see what they can get away with. They have to learn Ryan's game in a matter of a short amount of time.
Well, we're going to talk about that too with your journeys as far as.
And there's sorry to interrupt, man, but there's going to be a foot fault there on Ryan Sherry. So got to get those toes off the line, sir.
Well, again, you go from playing rec play all the time to officiating. It's a whole different ball game.
There's that initiation, so that's that ball that Ryan's got to reset back into the kitchen, keeping that paddle way out in front, because even on a cross-court drive, he can really just put that ball back in the kitchen, reset it, make him neutralize.
Right.
And we're going to see 5-6-1 here. I don't want to. Nice roll by the backhand down the middle. They even give you a visual aid to aim for, that white line right in the middle.
With a T at each end.
Go for it, yeah.
Actually a big eye if you think about it. But you're right, great target.
Going right at Cherry again, but obviously they're picking on that backhand a little bit. Now, once he proves that he can handle that and reset it versus trying to fire back,
gotta go somewhere else.
Then they'll mix it up a little bit more. So we have 6-6-2 now.
Tighten up. It's a little long. Not only is the points are tightened up, but the player is tightening up.
7-6-2.
Maybe this is where Ben comes in and asserts himself, like you said.
Yeah, but at some point at this level, these guys are good enough that they can isolate a single player if they want to and move the ball around and expose a little bit. But it's a nice backhand flip by Ben. Starting to really loosen up a little bit. Just having fun out there, smiling at Cherry.
6-7-1.
Yes, sir.
6-7-1 with the score correction there. No worries. Don Stanley's human, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, a little sloppy. I don't even know what that was.
Oh, Matt got a little complacent there. Took a step back and kind of got caught on his back foot a little bit. So, it's the thought that counts, right?
Sometimes.
The classic no-knee bend there by Matt.
You love that classic no-knee bend.
That's it.
It's your call.
That's it, man.
Oh, look at that shot. Oh.
All right, great around the post. Great get by the house, Dekel Bar.
I can't read. Yeah. What do we got here? 7-7.
7-7-2.
On the deuce.
Now, obviously, for those tuning in, you can go around the post, as these guys are proving a lot lately. And there's that middle ball by Dekel Bar.
Sometimes a great shot just can't be defended.
7-7-1.
Side out. So Ryan's got to start expecting that if he's going to initiate, that it's going to come back even faster, especially with these guys.
Because obviously they've seen something in the back.
That's it.
Yeah.
So it might be a better idea to just kind of neutralize and keep the ball down and let those guys. But we all make choices, right?
We do. Some of the bad ones.
And ball a little high there, clash in the middle.
What we got? 8-7? 9-7.
Oh, that's going to be a point, so I think that's going to be over to 9-7-1 now.
9-7-1. 9-7. Yep, 9-7. Oh, net.
And there's those resets I was just talking about that Ben does until he gets the right ball. I think Ryan Cherry just poached the #1 player in the world.
Yeah, you got to just sit back sometimes and let #1 be #1.
Let #1 be #1. Let Ben Johns be Ben Johns.
Right.
And that's going to be the point. That's going to be the game. Dekel Bar, Matt Wright. Win that game, finish out the match. They're going to go get their interview on.
Okay, well, we're at the Margaritaville Underground Invitational. We'll be right back.
Absolutely.
Match point. It's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville! You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Go again, until you strike just right, until the ball sings, until the other guy blinks, until the court's clear, and the sun sets, until you see it in your sleep, and wake up swinging. Go again, till you can't miss, until you can't lose. Go again, and again.
everyone. We're down here in our island paradise at the Margaritaville Underground Open. I'm here with Matt Wright and Dekel Bar after their win. How you guys feeling?
Feeling good. It's good to get out there and knock off the rust and get back to a little competition.
Sure, for sure. Dex, you're staying down here. You've been down in Florida for quite a while now. Where are you at?
I'm in Bonita Springs, staying at Andy Jones's. Shout out. Yeah, it's been great here. Love it.
Awesome. Have you guys been doubles partners before?
No, this is the first time we've played together. We talk about it sometimes, and we've, I guess, flirted with the idea, but we've never pulled the trigger in an actual tournament, so this was fun.
Sure. Any chance you'll team up again in the future?
I hope so. It's up to Matt.
Okay. And what have you guys been working on while in quarantine?
I've tried to keep my cardio up. It's hard to get out and do a lot, right? Especially the first half of everything when it hit. But just keep my cardio up a little bit and then get out and play rec games with my local friends in Wichita. So it's kind of the drill for me.
And how about you, Dekel?
I've been playing here a bunch, so it's great with Simone Jardim and Ben John, so good group.
Those are good players, yeah. All right, PJ, we can take it back over to you for some more pickleball.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks, Hannah. And we are back at the Margaritaville Underground Invitational. Peter Jensen here along with Okay, we're live back at the Margaritaville Underground Invitational, and we have, we're just set to go here with our second match. We've got
Match 2
here we go.
Underground Invitational, serving from Florida in Simone Jardim, and then partner Collin Yates, and receiving.
Crowd goes wild, a big chant, big shout out.
From Florida, Catherine Parenteau, and from Washington State,
Tyson McGuffin. We got the goat on the court here, Johnny Pickleball, Simone in the house, and here we go. How do I? Well, these guys are off to a firing start, firing on all cylinders. Simone on a deep return. There you go. Second serve. 0-0 on the 2.
All right. Make sure we got the score situated.
Yeah, we're back, Johnny.
Thank you.
We already decided that, and now we're back to 0-0 on the 2.
Perfect.
McGuffin against Yates and Parenteau against Jardim.
A matchup we all love to see. Kyle Yates against Tyson McGuffin.
Well, you got to like those two. You got to also like the matchup with Catherine and Simone.
0-0-1.
All right, 0-0-1 says our referee Peter Clapham
Out of Australia, all the way up from Australia for this event. We're bringing the band back together.
That's it. We're gonna let Kyle get warmed up and just kind of hit away a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah, Kyle's so excited to watch. So much energy.
Tyson's no slouch either. He likes to bring the noise as well.
There you go.
A little excited there on a volley by Catherine.
I think these players, I just heard a post-interview with Matt Wright, and he said, so good to be out there playing again, get the rust off.
1-0-2. Kyle looking for the Ernie there.
Already early in the game.
And Tyson probably got caught up looking at Kyle a little bit on that one.
Hey, listen, any type of movement from your opponent throws you off. You have to think about what they're doing as opposed to what your next shot is.
Big drive there by Yates.
Ball's high, too. Tyson should have put that back in play.
3-0-2.
And he's going right after Tyson.
Look at that shot.
That's a great drive.
Rip.
Catherine looks, she's smiling and laughing, a little surprised that that one came over.
Yeah.
I was surprised too.
I don't think Kyle was, though.
All right.
Well, Nice shot.
Great move there by Yates, though, just to kind of make your opponents think a little bit. Where are you going to be? Now they have to kind of think about you the rest of the match. Let's see if Catherine and Tyson can get on the board here.
Kyle,
great flips there.
The maestro, as I call him, is just simply this. He's literally leading the symphony right
I'll tell you what, Kyle's a prime-time player in pickleball, and he loves the spotlight. So he takes it up.
Correct me if I'm wrong, one of the most decorated pickleball player?
Absolutely.
Oh, so you have two goats on the court then?
Yep, playing together.
Yeah, Simone and Yates. That's amazing. The maestro. I love it.
Tough pickup there. Nice block by Tyson, keeping it nice and low at Kyle as he's trying to transition forward. 4-0-2.
4-0 on the 2. Yates to McGuffin. Here we go. Nice deep serve.
And there is Simone coming in hot.
Oh,
that's it.
I like this. That's a great.
But it's the third shot drop that Simone is so good at that set her up for the next.
For the kill shot.
Yeah, absolutely. 5-0.
Reminiscent of the first game with we watched with Matt Wright, Dekel Bar.
Great two-handed backhand there. Welcome to the show on that one, Mr. Yates. Two-hander.
Yeah, Kyle is firing on all cylinders. Beautiful court here at the Invitational, Margarita Underground Invitational.
And there's the Simone squat.
Oh, yeah. Explain that. What does that mean?
Oh, yeah, she got super low. She gets amazingly low out of most of all the players. Very signature. We all have our signature kind of style. Simone just gets so low on her shots. And right now, Catherine, we're going to see if they can get on the board here.
Yeah, we got
get something going.
You know what we have cooking? We had one in the first game.
0-6-2.
I don't know.
It's a great serve by Tyson. Look at that.
Look at that.
Good,
wow.
Good digs. Tough one, though.
Folks, that's pickleball at its best right there. If you're watching worldwide, you're understanding why people are so excited about this game.
And 1-6-2, but they had to earn that one.
Amazing.
And that's a nice forehand. Good reload there on Catherine's forehand to get ready for the next one.
They're on the board.
And we're at 2-6-2.
2 points on the board. Oh, I like that pushback shot.
A little punch volley.
Oh, you know.
Kyle with the step back, looking to roll that ball in the middle to try to confuse the opponents a little bit. But
Mac just confused himself, hit the net. Tyson's serve, like watch his body language. It's a very animated.
It's a very well-known signature style serve.
It's distracting, I'll tell you, from if you're receiving. You must need a chiropractor after he plays.
And there's the Ernie.
There's the Ernie. We saw one earlier by Ben Johns, and now Kyle Yates in the second match. He comes up showing what an Ernie is.
More importantly, when you see an Ernie, you just think of how good the read.
Oh, yeah, you can see the ball from start to finish.
He's reading the point very well. Great reset from the transition zone.
Look at this battle. Look at Kyle. Oh, look at this. What a point.
Great point. Good switching. And a nice point there by Kyle and Simone. Moving around left and right, making things interesting.
And switch. Kyle went for the poach, put it back in play, and Simone picked up the slack on the back end.
And 7-4-1. Here we go. Another big drive.
Look at that. There you go, Kyle popping a little pop shot.
And that little forehand punch volley keeps the ball nice and low.
So that one shot, high percentage shot.
Absolutely.
4-1. Kyle looks fresh. He looks strong. Very energetic. Just,
Yeah, opening game, I'd hope so.
Footwork is amazing. I'll be on the shop for 6 months out.
And there's a nice kitchen fault there called by our referee, Peter Clapham.
I'm McGuffin. We're looking at 8-4. Oh, we got a little conversation going on. Okay, 9-4 on the 2. Oh, Tyson taking a little bit of that foot foul frustration out on that forehand shot.
Yeah, well, he knows against these guys, you're going to have to put it away.
Yeah, it's amazing. You can't leave anything in play, can you?
4-9.
Backhand soft shot. Oh, look at that.
And a great reset off of Catherine's drive there. Really nice.
Yeah, people just don't understand this isn't a power game. It's got a little power, but mostly his hands. The hands, soft hands, soft hands, soft hands.
That's a great shot by Tyson. Nice and deep. Kind of get Kyle off the line a little bit.
4-9 on the 1. I'm sorry, 5-9-2. Tyson jumping the gun there. And Simone are able to put it down the line.
Now that nice forehand roller right in the middle. Little kick to the ball.
Sure, backhand too. Yeah.
Absolutely. 9-5-1. Let's see if they can just end it out here.
Yeah, they're going to try. Look at that off the volley. Is that insane?
It's a great first game. Great first game by Kyle and Simone to come out here to show how much they've been putting the work in.
They've been able to pick up a volley at midcourt and drop it in the kitchen 2 times in a row. That's amazing. Backhand by Catherine, forehand by Yates.
Reset
on the drop.
And that's going to be the first game, guys.
Johnny, you're talking about reset. You're using the word reset. What does that mean?
They're resetting the ball, so they're putting the ball that's coming hard at them, and they're just dropping it back into the kitchen.
Right, and which resets the point.
Absolutely, and that neutralizes your opponent so that you can start actually going into the soft game a little bit more, or, you know, they can try to keep attacking. You can just keep resetting, making things interesting.
Right.
They can go back and forth for a little bit. You're just waiting for them to give you something that you can attack, but you want to keep them at bay for sure.
Right, well, Kyle always refers to the kitchen. Kyle Yates refers to the kitchen as the equalizer. You can be playing a guy who's got a powerhouse serve, powerhouse forehand, but once you put it in the kitchen, it's you know, takes everyone down on his knees.
Yeah, and so that's going to go game 1, obviously, to Kyle and Simone. 11-5 here in Fort Myers, Florida, the Underground Invitational.
Again, we're here to sponsor our title sponsor, Margaritaville. They're doing an unbelievable job. Latitude Margaritaville, which is you know, all Jimmy Buffett's brands. MOO Sports, Architect, Dora, Paddletech, Selkirk, Jack Mancini, Lealy and Company, Jewelry Store. And we are underway on second game.
All right, let's get to that second game. See if they can make an adjustment here. A lot of times you look for adjustments by the team that may have lost that first game. So I'll look to see if they plan on doing something different here. I would hope so. And there she is, ready to rock and roll.
You weren't kidding. There was a great example of her squatting. She was low when she ripped that. She was almost net high.
There's the reset.
Look at that.
And a big rip there at Tyson McGuffin from Simone.
She's aggressive, the GOAT. She's aggressive.
She's swinging away a lot more than I've ever seen her do before.
Is that something that she's changing up in her game?
Yeah, she's added in. It looks like to be more aggressive on some shots.
Right. Yeah. So in the past she's been more what?
Maybe a little more defensive and kind of resetting the ball. She still does all of that. She's just adding to the arsenal, which makes her even more dangerous. And she was already the best female player in the game.
Right. Well, like we talked about who was
putting in the work.
Who was putting in the work, who was training, who was looking at their game, who was saying, how can I improve? And obviously Simone just adding to the GOAT status.
And like I said before, probably in the pregame, she looks great. And Simone did the one thing I know she's taught people probably to stay away from unless you can, and that's going to be hitting the drive cross court, because that sets up your partner to you don't have to defend something that's almost impossible. Really tough.
Look at that. Well, look at that. Great hands by Yates. McGuffin sails it wide. You know, we're lucky to be here at the Margaritaville Underground Invitational alongside with co-sponsors the PPA. The PPA is just happy to be here as well. We're happy to have them here, I should say.
Yep, Pro Pickleball Association. up in the standard of the Pro Tour and the pickleball game in general. Nice little tweener there.
The legs. Okay. Little show and tell.
But you got to be able to finish that off. You know what I mean? When you start doing between the legs stuff, it's kind of like talking trash and not being able to back it up. But I'm sure he's going to come back even stronger.
Let me ask you something. Is that something that you see in a tournament play like this?
Sometimes. Yeah. People like to throw in different stuff. If you're watching them and not the ball, it gets interesting.
Oh, wow, that was a great shot. For those who didn't see it, it went through his legs.
Oh, once.
Oh, look at this. Nice defense. Good hands. John, tell me more about the PPA after this point.
Absolutely.
Great point. That's a great point.
So good side out there. Yeah, the Pro Pickleball Association is a pro tour that is really stepping up the game here. Obviously, just really catering to the professional players as well as all the amateur players as well, but really showing the love for the pros and creating just an exciting, epic performance at all their venues that they're attending. And we saw that in Mesa, and we're going to continue seeing it as we continue moving forward.
Well, also want to have, after this, talk about it. And Yates, and not a good move.
Well, he's ready for that. I mean, these guys have all played against each other. Well, yeah, that too. But they've all played against each other. They kind of know some of the things that they do. But they need to get on the board here. 1-2-1.
Good try, good try. Well, obviously having the worldwide leader in sports, ESPN, we're obviously streaming live on ESPN3 to have Margaritaville as a title sponsor. ESPN3 picking us up in the PPA. The sport is just going and going and going.
Absolutely, and I'm just happy to be a part of it, man.
Well, Johnny Pickleball's JohnnyPickleball.com is a big part of what this sport's about. Great following. You know, not many top-rated players in the world like yourself, Johnny, have your own show and cater to it, and you're such a great ambassador of the game. So here we go.
Thanks, man.
It is 2-2. Couple of smiles amongst the players.
Yeah, well, I think Kyle trying to save Tyson on the last one, but big overhead. And a good defense, though, for a little while. Yeah. Tried to hold him off.
Defense still wins championships, as they say.
That's right.
That's in any sport.
And that's a nice setup there by Tyson. A little roll to get Yates on the outside. Brings him back in. Nice little flip. 1-2 punch that we talked about earlier.
I'm looking forward to seeing another shake and bake.
The shake and bake's always fun.
I love that drive and then wait for the cleanup. The shake and the bake.
That's it. A lot of times when I do it by myself, if I can shake and then bake myself, then I call it the single dad move.
The single dad move.
That's it.
Okay, here we go. 4-2.
We're going to move over, and then we're going to get 5-2-1.
5-2-1.
That's too tough. A little high on the reset there by Catherine.
Yeah, Kyle's going to put that away every time. Kyle in superior shape, not even breathing hard.
Well, this is probably much cooler weather than what he's used to, right?
Oh,
he's usually outside.
It's been amazing. 110 degrees heat index. So he does train hard. Trains and eats well and doing the right thing on and off the court.
But the biggest thing that you see in that is that Kyle continues to push Tyson off the line little by little to make it a little harder.
Mm-hmm. Again, the maestro. He's a strategist.
Kyle taking over. I think I saw this once or twice. Simone stretched out wide there to try to reset it, but just clips top of the net. Great point there. Good defense, more importantly, from